Bugungi darsimizda Cambridge 9-darsimizning 9-kitobimizning test 3 passage 1 analizini ko'rib chiqamiz va birinchi navbatda bu nima haqida ekanligini tushunish maqsadida tahlilni ko'rib chiqishimiz kerak va bu qismda attitude to language, ya'ni tilga bo'lgan munosabatlar. Birinchi qismda qilishimiz kerak bo'lgan ish bizdan qanaqa skilllar foydalanishimiz kutilayotganligini bilish maqsadida savol turlarini ko'rib olishimiz kerak. Birinchi qismda yasanayotgan savollari, undan keyin esa language debate, ya'ni til debati va bu qismda faqatgina bitta paragrafdan, katta ehtimollik bilan bitta paragrafdan savollar olinadi, hammasi javoblari va ular demak qanaqa bo'ladi? Ular faqatgina siz paragrafni o'qib olishingiz, tushunishingiz va mantiqiy jihatdan javoblarni aniqlab olishingiz kerak bo'ladi, chunki bu qismda o'z ko'rganingizdek anonlar berilgan, unaqa. Xo'p, nimalar berilgan? Variantlar berilgan. Variantlarni topishda sinonimlar yoki keywordlar sizga foyda bera olmaydi. Oxirgi qismda what's the purpose? Maqsad nima bo'lgan bu qismni yozishdan? Xo'p, demak bu qismda maqsadni topish uchun butun u tekstni o'qib chiqishga majbur bo'lamiz, agar umumiy jihatdan mazmunini topa olmasangiz. Xo'p, endi boshlaymiz. Bu qismda bitta paragrafdan topish ehtimoli juda katta, lekin mantiqiy jihatdan ham buni o'ylab topish mumkin. According to someone, descriptivist bo'lishi mumkin, modern linguist bo'lishi mumkin, language expert bo'lishi mumkin, prescriptivist bo'lishi mumkin. Rules, no. There's only one correct form of language. Xo'p, demak bizda 4 ta variant bor. Linguists who take this approach, demak modern linguist bo'lmasa ekan, chunki bu qanaqadir linguistlarni turi ekan. Language expert emas ekan. Prescriptive bo'lish kerak. Bu katta ehtimollik bilan prescriptive degani prescript o'sha mana shu ish qilasan, mana shu ishni aytganim bo'ladi, o'sha ish qilasan degan ma'lumotda prescriptive bo'lish mumkin bu. Agar prescription degan prescriptive degan so'zni bilsangiz, o'sha ma'lumotni topishingiz mumkin yoki descriptive bo'lishi mumkin. Bilmayman, to'g'risi. Taxminan billab qo'ying, keyin javoblarni topamiz. Men bu qismni qilishdan maqsad asosan bu savol turlari multiple choice passage keladi. Qiyin bo'ladi topish uchun. Bunaqa vaziyatda sizda asosan energiya qolmaydi, vaqt qolmaydi, menga o'xshab. Shunaqa vaziyatda sizdan eng zo'r yo'li, sizga qilishingiz mumkin bo'lgan eng zo'r yo'l bu prosta mantiqiy jihatdan javoblarni topishga harakat qilish hisoblanadi. Linguists who take this approach to language place great importance on grammatical what? Grammatical no, grammatical formal language no, grammatical version no, grammatical rules bo'ladi. Grammatical rules bo'ladi, F bo'ladi. Katta ehtimollik bilan. Yana bilmadim. Xo'p, mana buni uchun qo'y hozircha. H deb o'ylayman. Conversely, the view of such as Joseph is the grammar should be based on, demak bu descriptive bo'lishi kerak bu. Yoki adashtimda, yoki bu H bo'ladi. Shu ikkita adashish bo'ldi. H uchun qo'ymoqsimda. Hop, its grammar should based on what? The grammar rules should based on popular speech, probably formal language. Don't think so. Grammar ga formal language to'g'ri keladi. Popular speech bo'la qolsin. C bo'la qolsin. Yoki change bo'lishi mumkin. I bo'lishi mumkin. Qayerdan bilamiz? Shu qisqasi mana shu C deb o'ylayman. Demak, mana variantlarim H, F, A, C. Endi ko'ramiz. Bu taxmin qilib javob topganimiz edi. Odamga o'xshab o'qiymiz, keyin javoblarni topishga harakat qilamiz. Bundan oldin yasanayotgan savollarning javoblarini birgalikda topib olishimiz kerak. Xo'p, there are understandable reasons why arguments occur about language. Demak, reasons occur about language, arguments, and it's not easy to research American objective about language. Very popular linguistic debate regularly deteriorates into incentives of polemic. It belongs to everyone, so most people feel they have a right to hold up anybody. When opinions differ, emotions can run high. Arguments can start as easily over minor points of usage as over major policies of linguistic education. To'g'ri, understandable reason. Bu yes bo'ladi. Chunki language hamma maniki deb o'ylaydi, hamma mana language belongs to everyone. Hammaga shu tegishli. Most people feel they have a right to hold an opinion. Demak, shuning uchun ham ko'pchilik odamlar o'zida meni fikri bo'lishi huquqim bor deydi. Undan keyin opinionlar o'zgargandan keyin argumentlar ko'payib ketadi. Yes bo'ladi. People feel more strongly about language education than about small differences in language usage. Xo'p, bu qismda minor points of usage bor, strong linguistic education bor. Lekin bu qismda qaysi biri strongly, qaysi biri weakly haqida ma'lumot yo'qligi sababli not keyin olamiz. balki keyin bo'lib chiqib qolishi mumkin, lekin bilmayman. Our assessment of a person's intelligence is affected by why she uses language. Demak, shunda person's intelligence qanaqa jihatdan ana tilni ishlatishga bog'liq ekan. Language, moreover, is very public behavior, easy for different users to be noted as criticized. No part of society or social behavior is exempt. Linguistic factors influence how we judge personality, intelligence, education standards, blah blah blah. It's easy to hurt and to be hurt when language is feeling attacked. O'z ko'rgazlik odamni intelligent haqidagi assessmentlarimiz, baholarimiz qanaqa tilni ishlatishga bog'liq bu yes bo'ladi. Keyingi o'tamiz. Prescriptive grammar books cost a lot of money to buy in the 18th century. Demak, 18th century prescriptive booksni topishimiz kerak. Hop, prescriptive grammar books 18th century. Prescriptive degan so'z topalaylik bo'lsa. Prescriptivism still exists today. Prescriptivism topa olish kerak. Most sense. Prescriptivism here is a view that one variety of language has an inherently higher value than other. Is ought to be imposed on the whole speech community. This view is propounded especially in relation to grammar and vocabulary, frequently with reference to pronunciation. The variety which is favored in this account is usually a version of the standard written language, especially as encountered in literature, or the formal spoken language which most closely reflects this style. Adherents to this style are said to speak right correctly, deviations from it are said to be incorrect. Demek, kitoblar haqida ma'lumot yo'q, shuning uchun ham notga olamiz. Still exist today haqida ma'lumotni endi are said to speak adherents. Yes, olsak kerak bu. Lekin notga olamiz chunki are said degan hozir shunaqa o'ylanadi. According to descriptive, it is pointless to try to stop language change. Descriptivism only appeared after 18th century. Topamiz. All the main language have been studied prescriptively, especially in the 18th century approach to the writing grammar. When are you looking again? 18th century approach to the writing of grammars or dictionaries. The aims of these early grammarians were threefold. They wanted to codify the principles. They wanted the means of settling disputes. They wanted to point out what they felt to be common errors in order to improve the language. Authoritarian nature of the approach is best characterized by reliance on the rules of grammar. Some usages are prescribed to be learned, followed accurately. Others are proscribed to be avoided. In this early period, there were no half measures. Usage was either right or wrong. It was the task of the grammarian not simply to record them, but to pronounce judgment on them. These attitudes are still, these attitudes are still with us. Demek, bu prescriptive attitudelar, munosabatlar haligacha biz bilan bor. Demek, still exist bor. Hozirgacha exist qiladi. Sуществует. Hozirgacha mavjud ekan. Shu uchun ham buni olamiz. They motivate the widespread concern that linguistic standards should be maintained. Blah blah blah. Nevertheless, there is an alternative to point of that is concerned less with standards than with the facts of linguistic usage. This approach is summarized in statement that it's the task of grammarian to describe, not prescribe, to record the facts of linguistic diversity, not to attempt the impossible task of evaluating language variation or halting change. In the second half of the 18th century, we already find advocates of this view. Who rudiments of English insist that the custom of speaking is originally only just standard of any language. It's argued cannot be solved by logic or legislation, and so it's become the tenet of modern language approach to grammatical analysis. Hop, o'z ko'rganlik 18-asrdan keyin degan, lekin 18-asr ikkinchi qismida bor. Shuning uchun ham buni no deb olamiz. According to descriptive, it's pointless to try to stop language change. Buni impossible task halting. Buni ham yes deb olamiz. Chunki pointless ma'nosiz, impossible imkonsiz. Bir-biriga yaqin. Both descriptives and prescriptives have been misinterpreted. In our own time, the position between has become extreme, both as painting unreal pictures. Demak, to'g'ri bo'larkan, bu ham yes bo'larkan. Chunki o'zini bir-birini unreal picture'larni chizib tashlagan mana. Side painting unreal pictures of the other. Demak, bir-birini o'sha ustiga loyiq olgan, bir-birini o'sha yomonlab tashlaganligi uchun ham yes deb olamiz bu qismda. O'z ko'rganingizda bizda ko'p yes bo'lib ketdi. 1, 2, 3, 4 yes bo'ldi, 5 yes bo'ldi. Bitta no bo'ldi, ikkita not bo'ldi. Demak, bu qismda keling javoblarni birgalikda qarab ko'rib chiqishga harakat qilamiz. Hop, bu qismda according to descriptivist, bu prescriptivist bo'ladi bu. O'zimiz ko'rganimizdek, grammatical rules bo'ladi. Importance on grammatical rules haqida ma'lumot bor. View of descriptivist bo'ladi, based on change bo'ladi mana bu. Change bo'lar ekan mana bu. I bo'lar ekan javobimiz. Mayli bitta adashib qaranglar. Masalan, tasavvur qilinglar, ko'ringlar. Masalan, 4 ta savolga javobni berdim. 4 tadan 3 tasini topdim. 3 tasini real topdim. 4-tasini ikkita variant berganim, bitta kerakli variantda, to'g'ri variantni chiqarib olgan ekanman, o'qib topdim buni ham. Shu bilan aytmoqchi bo'lganim, bu moral of the story is that you can find the answers. Javoblarni topib olishingiz mumkin only by using your brain and learning the words. Agar so'zlarni biladigan bo'lsangiz, mantiqiy ozgina fikrlasangiz, javoblarni topish muammo emas. What's the writer's purpose? To argue in favor of a particular approach? No. Present a historical account of different views? Yes. Describe differences between? No. How certain will? No. Demak, bu qismda B bo'ladi, chunki historical account of different views of language. Demak, bu qismda prescriptivism bilan descriptivism historical accountlar haqida ma'lumot bergan, shu uchun B variantini oldik. Shu bilan bugungi darsimiz o'z nihoyasiga yetadi. Hamma qismlar tushunarli bo'ldi degan umid qilaman. See you in the next videos. If you have any questions, if you have any problems, leave it in comments.